Cheers, everybody. Welcome to another beer review. Now, first off, I'm going to apologise for this one at the beginning because I'm going to throw in a little bit of history with this. And the reason I'm throwing in a little bit of history with this is that we've got a beer rebrewed by Kirkstall Brewery, as far as I know. I hope that's right. This is it. When you do history segments in beer reviews, you've got to get your facts right. Lucky I got Wikipedia up there to tell me a little bit more. Right. Right, we're going to a beer, a named branded beer, which for me personally is before my time, really. I remember, first of all, I'll show you the beer. I'm waffling on. The beer we're going to review today is Double Diamond. Now, anybody out there who are familiar with them 2Ds? I am, slightly, because I used to watch episodes of Minder and The Sweeney. And whenever there was a bar scene in The Sweeney, especially The Sweeney, it did appear in Minder, you used to see these 2Ds on the bar, on the pump clip. And I never knew what they were. It was something from the 70s. And I never knew what it was. I've always been intrigued by them 2Ds on the pump clip when they were doing the Sweeney and that, when he shots in the Sweeney. Anyway, lo and behold, I heard along the grapevine a few months ago that they were rebrewing Double Diamond. Now, I've never had the pleasure of trying the original Double Diamond, but I'm quite excited about this because I think this could be a new way for breweries to go. Going a little bit retro. Going releasing old school labelled beers would be a really exciting thing to do. You know, some in-coop old label beers, stuff what you can't get no more. Rebrew them and see, go down the nostalgia route. It'll be really, really good fun, I think. I don't know if Fox would want to do their Scorpion Lager, but that's another thing. Anyway, this used to appear on the pump clip, on episodes of The Sweeney, when I was younger. Always been intrigued. It's been rebrewed. It's available in Tesco's. There you go, in a 4-pack. I think it's about £5.50. It's 3.8% ABV. I shall read you here. It said, "You must have done something to deserve a Double Diamond today." I don't know if that's something from the 70s, which they kind of like already rebranding. Brewed as a pale ale, drinks like a lager. Tastes bloody wonderful. It tastes bloody wonderful. So underneath, what we got, I'll give you a little bit of this thing underneath. There it is. Oh, the gubbins for you. It's 3.8% ABV, and it is brewed by Kirkstall Brewery. So here to Kirkstall Brewery. Love it. Absolutely love. Going down memory lane. Right, let's open it up first and get a can out. But I'll go on to a history lesson. Let's see what these cans look like. There we go. There it is. The Double Diamond can. Stick that in there like that. There we go. There it is. Stick that over there like you do. I'll stick that there like you do. So there's the can. Nice label. I do love the label too. It's fantastic, isn't it? 3.8% ABV, Double Diamond. Right, a little bit of a history lesson. Double Diamond Pale Ale, English Pale Ale, first brewed in 1876 by Samuel Allsop and Sons. It was one of the highest selling beers in the UK in the 1950s, 60s and 70s. Wow, unbelievable. So that is a little bit of history. It says also, first Double Diamond, it was an IPA originally. Allsop merged with In-Coop, bottled Double Diamond back then, and advertised heavily in 1946, becoming of 4 nationally distributed beers by the 1950s. And then we go under reciprocal trading agreements. Incoop would agree to stock a rival brewer's beer if they replace their supply of Bass or Worthington with Double Diamond. So there's a history to this. I waffled on. Let's crack it open and see what we get. Hops wise, haven't got a clue what's in them. Is this faithful to the original 70s recipe? I'm not too sure if it is. There's a nice hint of lemon. And for me, there's a slight crafty beer twang to it. For me, personally, it feels like this beer's been dragged into the modern era, even by the smell of it. There's a nice hint of lemon, nice fresh lemon. Not much there. So let's pour it out like you do and see what it's all about. Look at that, nice and gold. You can imagine, in the old working men's clubs after a hard day down at the pit. Hard day down at the pit. People just cracking open Double Diamond. Well, maybe not in the north. People cracking open a Double Diamond. Right, beer in a glass. Look at that, clear, loads of carbonation. Look at that, very, very clear looking, loads of carbonation. Nice frothy head. Let's get a whiff. Yeah, a nice little hint of lemon, hint of citrus, not much. I'm going to go in. Cheers, everyone. I've never had the original Double Diamond. It's definitely before my time. I'll be very, 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 very shocked if this Double Diamond tasted like the Double Diamond back then. For me, I think the beer's been dragged to the modern era. I love the nostalgia about this beer, but is the beer any good? Carbonation, very rough mouthfeel, refreshing mouthfeel. You go in, it more or less, you pick up the taste of what it smells like, a slight hint of citrus on that front end. It is a little bit thin because of the ABV, I get that. Right on the tail end, you get a nice big dollop of breadiness right on that tail end, which for me is a little bit of saving grace for it. It is thin. It's drinkable. I think after a few of them, I think you'll be pretty bored with them. I mean, with a lot of these 3.8% beers, they just lack, don't they? They just lack in body and lack in taste sometimes as well. So, do I think this is authentically brewed to what it was back then? No. That's the answer. No. I don't think it is. That's my opinion. I don't think that is anything like the Double Diamond you get in the 70s. I'd expect the Double Diamond back in the 70s, I would say, would be a little bit more malty for me. Maybe slightly even more darker in colour. That's my opinion. But as a bona fide beer in this modern era, what's it like? Well, it doesn't, if you did a blind test, it doesn't stick out with all the other beers. It just doesn't hold weight. It's playing on the nostalgia of the nostalgic name of it, and I suppose if that's a selling point for it, then fair dues to Kirkstall. But it is slightly lacking. It is lacking. Don't be kind, JB. Just say it how it is. It's lacking. It's easy drinking, yes. Hint of bitterness, yes. Hint of lemon, yes. Slight bit of breadiness, biscuitiness on the back end, yes. A little bit thin in body, definitely yes. Would I buy it again? No. I think that's the bottom line. I think it's going to do very, very well with certain people, certain generations in the supermarket. It will do very well because obviously, this is a little bit of nostalgia, and I like the nostalgia element. I think more breweries should go down it. I think using old labels, old, if they've got the rights to them, old names to beers, bring them back. Because I know for a fact I'll definitely buy them. Because, it's a little bit of nostalgia. I haven't felt nostalgic like this since I did the Hoffmeisters. It's just great. It just brings up old adverts and stuff. And it's the same with this. So, from the nostalgic point of view, fantastic. From the beery point of view, a little bit meh. A little bit. See you on the next one. Look after yourselves. Kiss it, bib bib.